Garcelle announces she is done with Beverly Hills after 4 seasons, and Tamra Judge is back to filming OC. Plus, Teresa and Louis owe $3 million in taxes as Bethenny Frankel weighs in. And Danielle Cabral tells us the one thing she wishes she brought up at the New Jersey reunion.
She has a hair that grows on her lip that she should probably wax. That's it.
And Teddi Mellencamp reveals which Beverly Hills housewife has not reached out after her cancer news. We've got that plus so much more in today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. I'm Christina, and we got some Bravo breaking news because Garcelle is leaving the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after 4 seasons on the show. Take a look at her announcement.
So I have some news. I've decided to leave Beverly Hills. It's been a wild ride. I mean, some amazing things have happened. And some hard things have also happened, but it's been a ride nevertheless. One of the reasons why I'm leaving is my family, my boys. Their last year of high school is next year, and I want to be a part of that. And Jade is starting a new career, and I want to be a part of that too. And secondly, I have the most exciting projects that I am developing, producing, and acting in. I can't tell you anything right now, but you'll know soon. I just want to say thank you to Andy Cohen, to Bravo, NBC Universal, Evolution, 32 Flavors, the producers, the crew, and of course the ladies.
I'm sad about this and very taken by surprise. I mean, Garcelle has been a staple in Beverly Hills for the past 4 seasons. She's had a bit of not too much of a rocky season. I just always love that Garcelle calls everybody out on her business. I know a lot of people say that she doesn't give us a lot of her personal life, but I love Garcelle. I love her friendship with Sutton, but it seems like things definitely end on a rocky note for her. We see in the reunion trailer that she gets off stage, she walks off. She says that she's kind of done with this and she's pissed off. So maybe that has to do with why she decided to leave the show. So hopefully we'll get some more information as the weeks goes on, but I'm definitely going to miss her, and I feel like some big changes are going to have to happen in Beverly Hills since this season wasn't maybe top tier Beverly Hills, but I feel like some changes are definitely coming. All right, well, not a good week for Teresa Giudice and her husband Louis because they are reportedly facing tax debt. According to court documents obtained by People magazine on March 24th, the couple have received more than $3 million in tax liens, which is the government's legal claim against a person's property when there's a failure to pay a tax debt. Now, the Real Housewives of New Jersey star owes $303,000, while Louis' amount nears $2.6 million. Now, back in December, he was issued a lien for $163,000. This is per People magazine. The lien is reportedly still an open case. Now, Us Weekly has reached out to Teresa for comment. We haven't heard back at the time we filmed this. But as we know, this is not the first time that Teresa has dealt with debt in a marriage. In 2009, Teresa and her first husband, Joe Giudice, filed for bankruptcy, citing $11 million in debt. 5 years later, they were indicted on 39 counts, including bankruptcy fraud. Teresa served 11 months of a 15-month sentence the following year. So, you know, she is no stranger to tax messes. I don't know who's giving her financial advice. I mean, I know that it's circulating now that clip of Andy Cohen being like, girl, sign a prenup. But this is not good news. And so hopefully they can figure things out and, you know, pay your taxes. Bethenny Frankel, you know, kind of weighed in on this as well. And she slammed Teresa for being in another marriage with financial legal issues. Obviously, talking about her relationship with Louis, she says on TikTok, I cannot believe that Teresa is in another marriage with financial legal issues. Neither can we. She kind of went off on this. She says, I have to pull when I tweeted, if Teresa Giudice does not sign a prenup, I will jump through my phone. I remember, and this was picked up everywhere. I remember this too. She said, I feel terrible, but like, fool me once, you're a fool. Fool me twice, I'm a fool. There's never been a worse picker in the history of pickers than myself besides Teresa. She said, also, why would you both go on TV? Like, there's something wrong with someone who goes on TV knowing that you have a dead body in your trunk. It's almost like it's being made up. Like, it's unfathomable. It doesn't make any sense. No, it really doesn't make any sense that the two of them would put their life on TV knowing that they have these skeletons in their closet. I mean, it seems like a lot of the liens are taken out on Louis and not on Teresa. But she's still, $300,000 in tax liens as well. So definitely gotta clean up this mess, because it's gonna get uncomfortable. And I mean, probably luckily for Teresa and Louis that cameras aren't rolling. Not good for us. But speaking of New Jersey, we actually caught up with Danielle Cabral about what life has looked like for her without New Jersey cameras and what she wants for a future New Jersey season. Take a look. Do you miss the cameras?
Yeah, I miss the fun of it.
Sure.
The little glimpse of fun that was there. It's always fun to shoot, but I hope the dynamics change. I hope I get something better to work with. You know what I mean?
I know Andy says we're not going to get an answer for a while, but if in your perfect casting, what would it be for you?
A lot. I'm like, I hear the voice.
You're like, she's there.
Well, Margaret, for sure. I all of us except for 3.
Except for 3.
Yeah, except for you can't. You can't get and do a show like that.
It'll get dark.
Yeah, man, come on, we're Jersey girls. We could play and have a little fun, but let's not go for the jugular.
Yeah. Did it feel really off, at the end there?
Horrible. And wait, well, the worst part was waiting that year before it aired to sit in that.
Sure.
That was terrible.
Have you spoken to any of the other, besides who you're friends with, but have you not?
No.
You're like, no use.
No use.
Yeah.
They do enough destroying themselves online without me having to say anything.
Yeah, what did you kind of make of the Jen Jersey Mike
Did you
fiasco?
see my spoof? That's what I make of it. It's free content for me. She gave me free creative, whatever direction.
Did it surprise you at all?
Hello? That was the person that I knew the whole time. Now I'm glad the world can see it.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, what do you feel like was there anything that you wish that you could have said at a reunion that you didn't get to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
She has a hair that grows on her lip that she should probably wax. That's it.
That's it? That's all you want to get off your chest?
Yeah. No, I said everything I needed to say, and sayonara.
Could you imagine a world where Teresa films with this group of women again?
Yeah, never say never. Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say did she do stupid things? Yeah. But it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Have you heard anything? Have you had any conversations? No.
You probably know more than me.
No,
I know nothing.
Well, it seems like Danielle still has some issues with Jennifer Aydin. All right. Well, Tamra Judge isn't stepping away from the Real Housewives of Orange County after all. Good news here. The Bravo star was spotted filming for the Bravo show on March 18th alongside her co-star Heather Dubrow. According to the Bravo and Cocktails fan site, the pair sat down for a meal at Osby in Costa Mesa, California. Now, while Tamra has yet to confirm her official status with the show, the reality star admitted to being in a better space mentally during her episode of iHeartRadio's Two T's in a Pod podcast. She told her co-host Dolores Catania, "I am home now in the OC. I went to Big Bear, California. I ate, I slept 12 hours a night. I relaxed. We were snowed in one day, which made it amazing, and just relax. That's all I did, and I'm telling you, I feel so much better." Earlier this month, as we know, Tamra made headlines when she seemingly decided to quit the Real Housewives of Orange County after filming a cast trip to New Orleans. So glad that she's doing a bit better. Maybe she just needed a little reset to get back into things, but I couldn't imagine that she was going to quit the show for good, but definitely a lot going on, especially with her co-host Teddi Mellencamp. All right, well, Lisa Rinna seemingly settled her difference with Andy Cohen after she called the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a sinking ship. But she still has some lingering thoughts about her last interaction with Andy. So according to Lisa, it was her former co-star Erika Jayne who first alerted her that her Titanic comments might actually be a problem. So when Lisa arrived to record Andy's Sirius radio show, she immediately tried to apologize for her remarks. She said on her podcast, First thing I say to him, gosh, you know what? Erika told me that you didn't like that I said that thing about the Titanic. And hey, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. And he giggles and he goes, wait, we're going to talk about this on the radio. So after Harry Hamlin confirmed that Lisa's initial apology wasn't taped, she explained that she regressed to a pattern of behavior with Andy that she thought she'd moved on from. This is interesting. She said, What happened to me, I believe, is the minute I walked into that space, I fell into a trope of housewife to Big Daddy. I fall back into a role that I played, I believe, for 8 years, where I give my power to Andy Cohen, who is my boss. Just dynamically, that is where I went right back to. Almost like a little girl going back to the role she plays in her family. So during the radio show, Lisa initially agreed that she misused her words, but she eventually admitted that she meant what she said. She said, I meant to say Titanic, and I said it, and I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Let's move on. This is what she told Andy back in February. So on her podcast, Lisa said she now feels she only expressed misgivings to Andy because of how he still makes her feel as a former boss. Interesting that that's like the dynamic that she kind of felt back into. And she said, that she kind of falls back into this, I got to please my boss, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. But you know what she said? She's sorry she hurt his feelings. That is her opinion, and that is how she feels. And I wonder if a lot of other people that are watching, if you feel like Beverly Hills is kind of like the Titanic, kind of like a sinking ship, since, now we have Garcelle leaving. It's always up in the air if Kyle is going to come back or if we're going to have a super big cast shakeup. I don't know what's going to happen with that in the future. A lot of people say that they want to have Lisa back, including Tamra Judge and Dolores. They've said on their podcast recently that they wanted to have her back. And they think that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills really needs Lisa in their lives. Tamra said on her podcast, I'm going to say they need Lisa Rinna back bad. And Dolores agreed, saying, well, Lisa Rinna was the Tamra Judge of Beverly Hills. Tamra agreed that was fair to say, and added that the show is missing someone like her and Dolores who say what they mean. She said, we're like the no bullshit people that just get to the point and just say how they feel. They say what everybody wants to say, or we say what everybody else wants to say, but it's not being said. There's that aspect of the show that's missing. They said, but Derick is trying to step into her shoes, but it's not landing as well. It's just second nature for Lisa Rinna to call people out and say the things and make things work. The pair might want Lisa back on their screens, but based on her public comments, it really doesn't seem like Lisa's going to come back. I've spoken to her a couple times, and I just think that that door is closed for her, and we're never going to get it back. But I don't know, maybe in the future, maybe she'd pop in here and there, but it would be nice to have somebody like a Lisa Rinna in there. I know Sutton kind of tries to call people out, but yeah, it doesn't land as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, also on her podcast, Teddi Mellencamp revealed who has and who hasn't reached out to her during her cancer news. She said and she actually got a very special delivery from somebody that you wouldn't expect. So she said the first part of the delivery is this Housewives coloring book. Erika, Jayne, and I looked at it yesterday because she was here when we were going through this package. So at least they made me feel a little bit better. Guess who sent this package? Vicki Gunvalson. So she also sent her crayons, restoring body butter, and a Hey Girl candle and 6 pairs of socks. She says, these are all very nice things to send, and I'm very grateful for the gift. However, I was a little bit shocked when I opened the letter. It read, Teddi, we hope you know just how protected you are in prayers and positive energy. Without tests, we have no testimonials, and your testimony will touch the lives of millions. We hope these things come in handy as you absolutely crush this, sending every ounce of our love. Not expecting that. So she said, Teddi teased that she needed to grab her glasses to see that the note was signed by Vicki and podcaster Christian Gray Snow. She said, I thought there was a freaking typo or something. I'm just going to say this. I am very gracious. Thank you, Vicki. It meant a lot, and I really appreciate it. I just was shocked. So Teddi went on to say that, as we know, Vicki has made it very clear that she supposedly hates her with a burning passion. And Teddi said, I was like, I haven't heard from Derick, which is interesting, but I've heard from Vicki Gunvalson. Derick was one of my best friends, and Vicki hates me with a burning passion. Very interesting that Derick has not reached out. We know that they were really good friends for a very long time. Teddi, Kyle, and Derick would always spend a lot of time together. So to not reach out to somebody when they're going through such a health battle and a health crisis seems a little low for me, but I don't know. Maybe she's just waiting for the right moment, but I feel like that time has come. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. A ton of Housewives news to get to this week. I feel like we haven't had this abundance of Housewives news in quite some time. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments about Garcelle deciding to take a step back from Housewives, Teresa's latest legal mess. Lots to comment, so please do so and keep subscribing, and we'll see you next week.